Garlic is one of the most popular ingredients in the world. It can turn an ordinary meal into something rich, flavorful, and unforgettable. But the moment you chop or crush a clove, a powerful smell instantly fills the room. It's so strong that it can even linger on your hands and breath for hours. So why does such a small plant produce such a powerful odor? Today we're uncovering the fascinating science behind why garlic smells so strong, right here on History of Simple Things. Garlic has been cultivated for over 5,000 years and is believed to have originated in Central Asia before spreading across Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Ancient Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, and Chinese civilizations all valued garlic not only as a seasoning, but also for its traditional medicinal uses. Today, garlic is grown worldwide and remains one of the most widely used ingredients in cooking. Its unmistakable aroma has made it both loved and, occasionally, avoided. Here's something surprising. A whole, uncut garlic clove barely smells at all. That's because the compounds responsible for garlic's famous odor are stored separately inside the clove. When garlic is chopped, sliced, crushed, or chewed, its cells rupture, allowing those compounds to mix together for the first time. It's like opening two containers that immediately react when combined. Within seconds, a chain of chemical reactions begins, and that's when the familiar smell appears. The star of the show is a compound called allicin. Before the garlic is damaged, it contains a sulfur-containing molecule called allicin and an enzyme called alliinase, each stored in different parts of the cells. When the cells break open, the enzyme quickly converts allicin into allicin. Allicin is responsible for much of garlic's fresh, pungent aroma. Interestingly, allicin is quite unstable. It doesn't last very long and soon breaks down into several other sulfur compounds, each with its own distinctive smell. That's why the aroma of garlic continues to change as it cooks or sits out. Garlic belongs to the same plant family as onions, shallots, leeks, and chives. These plants produce sulfur-containing compounds as part of their natural defense system. Sulfur compounds are especially noticeable because our noses are extremely sensitive to them. In fact, humans can detect some sulfur compounds in incredibly tiny amounts. This heightened sensitivity likely evolved because sulfur odors can signal spoiled food, volcanic gases, or other environmental hazards. Garlic simply happens to produce sulfur compounds that our noses detect very efficiently. Have you ever noticed that crushed garlic smells much stronger than sliced garlic? That's because crushing destroys far more cells. The more cells that rupture, the more allicin and alliinase mix together, producing larger amounts of allicin. Finely minced garlic also exposes much more surface area to the air, allowing more aromatic compounds to escape. That's why recipes often call for different preparation methods depending on how strong a garlic flavor is desired. A whole clove produces a mild flavor, while crushed garlic creates a much bolder aroma. Cooking changes garlic dramatically. Heat quickly breaks down allicin, reducing its sharp, spicy smell. As garlic cooks, new compounds form that taste sweeter, nuttier, and more mellow. That's why roasted garlic tastes completely different from raw garlic. Instead of being intensely pungent, it becomes soft, slightly sweet, and almost buttery. The chemistry changes, even though it's still the same garlic. Unfortunately, garlic's journey doesn't end after dinner. Some sulfur compounds are absorbed into your bloodstream during digestion. One of them, called allyl methyl sulfide, isn't completely broken down by your body. Instead, it travels through your bloodstream to your lungs, where it's released every time you breathe. Small amounts can also leave the body through sweat. That's why brushing your teeth helps but doesn't completely eliminate garlic breath. Some of the odor is literally coming from inside your body. If you've ever chopped garlic, you've probably noticed that washing your hands with soap doesn't always get rid of the smell. That's because some of garlic's sulfur compounds bond to the natural oils on your skin, making them difficult to wash away. Over time, they slowly evaporate, which is why the odor can linger for hours. Interestingly, rubbing your hands on stainless steel under running water can help reduce the smell. Scientists believe the steel helps remove some of the sulfur compounds from your skin, although the exact chemistry is still being studied. Scientists believe garlic evolved its strong smell as a defense mechanism. The sulfur compounds help discourage insects, fungi, bacteria, and animals from eating or infecting the plant. Interestingly, the garlic only produces large amounts of these defensive chemicals after it's damaged. In other words, the smell is an emergency response. It's the plant's way of saying, "Something is attacking me." So why does garlic smell so strong? Because cutting or crushing it triggers a chemical reaction that creates powerful sulfur compounds, especially allicin. Those compounds evolved to protect the plant, but they also happen to give garlic its unmistakable aroma and flavor. The next time you chop a clove of garlic, remember, you're not just preparing dinner. You're activating a sophisticated natural defense system that's been millions of years in the making. And that's the fascinating science behind why garlic smells so strongly. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.